curse the Demon King, the fact remains that our world came to an end. A heretic called upon an unearthly light and devastation ensued. Chaos crawled out of the depths of the ocean from the black abyss. Death upon death, nothing but death in this barren land. Who can we pray to? There are only demons and fiends here. A voice in the dark beguiles me. Truth is a mystery unraveled by the candle's flames. From the journal of a man who wandered into another world. So with this, welcome to Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, or as it's known in some regions as Lucifer's Call. It's also known as just Shin Megami Tensei 3. So you do not have to play the previous games to fully understand what's going on here, but there are references to the older games as you play. But this is the first Mega 10 game for the channel, and it's probably going to be the only one for a while yet. So anyway, I don't know what the game is under special. I don't know if it's Raito Kuzunoha or what exactly. It could be Digital Devil Saga. I'm not going to look at it. We're going to new game. And as for the difference between difficulties, I think on hard mode the enemies may have a little bit more health and maybe a little bit more attack power, but the main thing is that the things cost a lot more. So overall, I don't really see much point in playing hard mode. I mean, sure you get bragging rights, but it's not really anything special. So as a result, for this game, we will be going through a normal mode. And that's pretty much how I like to play most games, so you'll still have the annoyances that are to be found here. So I'll explain various mechanics as we go. I'll try to talk to the NPCs while they're available, because the neat thing about this game and why I want to play it for Halloween is because everything is out to kill you. Period. Well, after a certain point, everything is. You're kind of safe early game yet. So the one thing I have to warn you is that my live comm was actually not recorded, so I'm doing all this post-game. As a result, some of my things may be off timing. But anyway, a world that loses its power will fade away into nothingness. If such is the fate of this world, then I shall return it to its mother's womb. The world must first die for it to be born again. That is the only way to salvation as recorded in ancient prophecy. The world will fall for its sins and humans will all disappear. But I don't want you to meet the same fate. I want to help you hold on to your life. To do so, I need to know your name. Will you tell me who you are? So this is it, folks. It's time for you to learn my secret identity. So they ask for a last and first, and then afterwards they will ask you for a nickname. So, where to begin? G. Forgot what my hesitation here was. U. Y. Then you have to fill out the spaces. T, H, A, and T. So you may have actually seen this come up in various credit sequences. That sometimes is going to be me. As for nickname, it's what you guys all know me by. Hero. I see, so your name is that guy. As of now, your will to live shall be sustained. Believe in it, and live. I will. I'm glad that you understand. The time is near. It will take place very soon. I am the nurturer of the next world. It is my duty to create the world that is to come. Now I want you to say my name out loud. So unfortunately, since all this will be recorded in advance, I can't actually ask for any volunteers on the channel who want me to use a certain name. So as a result, we're going to have to stick with the teacher's name, Takao Yuko. And I'm not entirely sure if that's how her last name is pronounced, if it's Takao or Takao, but it's one of those two. Since there's no voice acting, I'm not 100% sure. That's right, my name is Yuko Takao. That. I won't shed another tear, not even at the world's end. I'd like to see you in the next world, though. Go ahead and wake up. It's time. Yoyogi Park Station. Yoyogi Park Station. Please do not rush onto the train. The door is now closing. So there is our character. I believe the default name for him is supposed to be Naoki Kirishima or Kimishima or one of those two. You received a message. You're late. You're way late, that guy. You haven't forgotten that we're going to visit Miss Takao, have you? Hurry up and get over to Yoyogi Park. You're wasting my quality time. It's from your classmate. Enter his name. So this is Isamu Nita. He is one of the 3 characters who has an ending route. There's a grand total of 6 endings to the game, I believe. I don't care if you come or not, but Miss Takao is nice to me when you're around. Here I'm probably actually talking about the part about he has an ending route. So we'll meet all the people who have the ending routes in this game. I'll point them out to you, but I'm not going to go into details about them until we actually get to the part where they declare what they want. The one exception is going to be Chiaki, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Oh yeah, you better make sure you look nice to her. How about the jacket you bought the other day, you know? The one with the demon graphic on it? You're just the mood maker, don't forget that. So as for the leather jacket he's talking about, that's a New Game Plus content type thing. This is the right stick I'm using right here, trying to figure out how do I turn the camera exactly, and it's the shoulder buttons, unfortunately. We'll be returning to this place later, so behold. Anyway, as for the code. So that changes your starting stats. A customer. I believe it gives you more strength or more magic, one of the two. Are you heading to Yoyogi Park too? After the incident, we had a lot of looky-loos, but not so many customers. Man, I've had a lot of free time on my hands. Huh? Are you saying that you haven't heard the news? What's going on? How should I put this? Yesterday there was a riot at Yoyogi Park. If you want the details, you can check the giant screen. A bunch of people were killed. You could hear the sirens wailing all night long. I'm sorry about that. I was so bored. I just needed someone to talk to. I don't know if you can go back and talk to him, but those will be the final words we hear from that dude. Then again, it's possible he could be one of the spirits roaming around later. I don't really know. Will you leave the area? Yes, we will. But as I said, we will be back. So this is your world map. If you are familiar with the older Mega 10 games, this includes Persona 1 and 2 for 3, 4, and I think even 5. I have not played 5, I haven't even looked at 5, so I can't comment on that one. I want to say that it's probably the newer style. This is how things were originally. The green are NPCs, the flashing red lights signify the areas that you can enter, such as the park station or Yoyogi Park up there. And I will go around and talk to the NPCs in this video since they're not going to be around for very long. I mean, the world is ending today. You heard the news. Due to investigations, the entrances to Yoyogi Park have been closed off. We ask for your cooperation. We'll be in Yoyogi Park much, much later in the game. The ride at Yoyogi Park? I mean, the thing that they're showing on TV? It doesn't seem real to me. I feel like this ride happened in another world or something. Well, I don't have anything to do with it anyway. So here's the screen that they talked about. The news is showing on the giant video display. On the screen is Hikawa. A riot broke out yesterday at Yoyogi Park regarding the construction of a communications tower. The demonstration got out of hand, and there have been several deaths and injuries reported. Also, Hikawa, the top executive of Cyber's Communications, is still missing. So I don't know if that's a pompadour, a duckbill, or what exactly is going on with his hair, but it's certainly unique. I don't think I've ever seen that haircut in any other games. Now for the latest in entertainment, we move over to Ashimoto. The news continues. So Hikawa will be meeting in a little bit. He is one of the 3 routes. Oh, hey there. You said you were going to visit Miss Takao today, right? Just because she's beautiful, don't go doing weird things to her, okay? You overhear a conversation between some high school girls. Don't you think that Hikawa guy is cool? As if. He's got all those bad rumors about him floating around. Oh god, that's what makes him so cool. No, she was the ugly high school girl. You overhear a couple's conversation. Did you hear about the riot? 3 people died, right? I'm so scared. You're such a scaredy cat. Come on, baby. Every night we start our own riot of love. You're such a pervert. I love that about you. Jeez, kids today. There were even fatalities, yet it's like a carnival here. Just a while back, a long-haired man walked in. That's Hijiri, who we're going to meet right here. So Hijiri is a character from Shin Megami Tensei 2. I'll go into more detail about him much later on, but his significance here will be addressed later. Great, the entire park is closed. We will be meeting him several times over the course of the game. He will help us with our teleportation and giving us some information, but bad things happen to him. I'll leave it at that. And that all ties into how Shin Megami Tensei 2 ended. With basically the unforgivable sin, or whatever the thing is called exactly, I don't really remember. So, I won't be able to get a single picture of the scene. Just my luck. What's up, kid? What happened here? Well, this is what they said on TV. The clash between a well-known company and a civic organization results in deaths. But those who live on the fringe say that it was a struggle between 2 opposing cults. Your cell phone started to ring. No? Isn't that your phone ringing? Hi, Dad. It's me. I finally got a hold of you. What have you been doing all this time? Please enter your classmate's name. So this is Chiaki Hayasaka. She is the 3rd of the 3 routes, and she's the unique one of sorts. I can see if it was Isamu, but you're never late. Did something happen? Where are you now? In Yoyogi Park. Well, since you didn't show up on time, Isamu and I left without you. We're almost there. So yeah, I'm sorry, but can you come directly to the hospital? You know which hospital it is? Yeah, Shinjuku Medical Center. Just go east from Shinjuku Station and you can't miss it. Oh well. I wanted to talk to Miss Takao about what I should do after graduation anyway. Is now the right time for that? The world is ending today, woman. What? I care about my future, thank you very much. Honestly, you and Isamu should start planning ahead too. Anyway, don't keep us waiting, okay? See you later. Chiaki hung up. Hey, wait a minute, you're going to Shinjuku Medical Center? That's where I'm headed to. What a coincidence. Here, take this. This issue isn't out yet. You don't know what happened here, right? Then you probably don't know what kind of place that hospital is either. The report on the guy called in scripture Miroku. It's an interesting read. You obtain an issue of Ayakashi Monthly. You wouldn't normally associate a hospital with the occult, but that place is different. False info is pretty common in the occult industry. If it does turn out to be wrong, just laugh it off, okay? Well, I'd better get going. My name's Hijiri. If we ever meet again, let me know what you thought about my article. But Hijiri is the only non-supernatural-ish character from Megaten 2 to be carried over. As far as I know, there's no reference to one in this game other than various demons. I just saw this foreign guy in red. He had a giant sword on his back and looked dangerous. But I swear, I've seen him somewhere before. Maybe Devil May Cry, perhaps? Not again. I need my pills. So, in case you're wondering, yes, Dante from Devil May Cry is in the game. He is recruitable. I will probably not be recruiting him because I don't really value him that much, but if you want him, you can get him. It's just you have to wait till near the end of the game, obviously, and you will fight him in various parts. Now, in the re-release in Japan, he was taken out because the license expired and they put Raido Kuzunoha in instead. As far as I know, Raido is not available in the West. The hospital of it hasn't been open for a while. What's going on? So you have to play an import version if you want to fight Raido and recruit him, but otherwise you get Dante in this game. Wowie, what's up with everyone here? You're not so dang crabby, even after the riot. By the way, do you want to have a good time with me? So I don't know if that's a hooker or what exactly. So we'll just kindly step away from the prostitute and move on with our business. You know that, what's up? Did you hear the rumor about Yoyogi Park? Well, it's just a rumor, so I'll talk to him again and choose the other route. I heard on the night of the riot, a demon was spotted at Yoyogi Park. It was a terrible demon that killed all those people. Well, it's just a rumor. In case you're wondering, we'll be seeing that demon when we meet Hijiri. And basically, all the important parties are converging on the hospital. And you'll see details as we go. So in case you're wondering, this video will go all the way up until the end of the first boss fight. There's a note on the door. The entrance to the annex is closed. Please use the entrance to the main building. We'll be exiting through this door in the next video. This door gets wrecked in this video, so we can't walk out of it. Shinjuku Medical Center. And that's Chiaki there. So I don't know what entirely it is she's supposed to be wearing, but if you take a look around the hospital, it's awfully deserted, don't you think? Almost like there's not a soul in sight. That! You finally made it! So... yeah. I'm not even commenting on what she's wearing. You know this hospital? It's a little strange. There's nobody here. Not a single person. Look, even the reception desk is empty. Isn't it creepy here? I don't like it. Isamu's looking for Miss Takao right now. He hasn't come back yet, though. You better not be off fooling around. Hey, what's that magazine? Some guy gave it to me. You got it from a stranger? Yes, random strangers give me things. I can't explain it. Come on, you should know better than that. Ayakashi Monthly, I've never heard of it before. What? It's an occult magazine. Why would you bring something like that here? Well, I guess it might help me kill some time. That. Can you go look for Isamu? If we can't find Miss Takao, then I don't want to stay here another minute. He should be on the second floor where the patient's rooms are. I'll wait here. Oh yeah, let me borrow this magazine. Thanks. So there she goes, stealing my stuff like some sort of high-maintenance girlfriend. Jeez. Then again, I think she's supposed to be like the rich girl archetype. So she's just repeating what she said about go look on the second floor for Isamu. That's her kind way of telling me to scram now that she has what she wants from me. And we'll be exploring the place in more detail after the world ends. So right here I don't really want to go in those areas until later on when I'll leave that detail out. So R is for roof. I start on the second floor, I go to the roof prematurely and nothing really happens, but that's where you get to see the end of the world. So in case you haven't gathered from the premise of this, the world will end, and the whole conflict in the game is basically what comes after it. Will you turn back the clock, or what exactly? So over there is Isamu. He's also dressed kind of weird. The hand is doing him no favors. And that's where the various routes of the game take place. In this one I'm going to be aiming for the true ending route because it has the most content. It has an additional fight in the final boss. And basically, if you can do the true demon end, you have no excuse for not being able to do any of the other endings. And I will not be showing the other endings because each ending is about, like, 1 minute long. And you have to replay the entire game to get it. So you have to make choices very early on that determine your route. And in case you're wondering, they will impact which bosses you fight and stuff like that, so just be aware that your choices do have a little bit of gravity. You can hear something in the other room. So I am looking around the room to see if there's any treasure I can get while I'm in human form. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell, there is nothing to be had. So you really have no reason to loiter. You should just go find Isamu and Mistako and be done with it. So here's Isamu. Dude, you scared the crap out of me that. Why'd you startle me like that? You came here late, you caused trouble, jeez. Ah, forget it. What can I say, I'm a regular bad apple. I'm sure you know this already, but man, this place is deserted. I called Miss Takao and double-checked, though. She said Shinjuku Medical Center. Maybe something happened. They could have at least put up a notice or something, so visitors aren't clueless. This place better not be contaminated by some deadly virus. I checked out most of this place. I don't know where else Miss Takao could be. Oh well. I'll go back and see how Chiaki is doing. She's probably all mad at me because I've been gone so long. It's hard to please a girl with her upbringing. See you in a bit, that. I really hope that this is nothing we should be worried about. Isamu left the room. So, Isamu is the, he's kind of a hidden boss in the game, kind of. It's a little hard to explain. In most of the routes, you don't have to fight him. And if you don't fight him, there is a place you can go to fight certain bosses, and he will be there as one of the choices. So, depending on what route you take, you can get around fighting him entirely. There's no one here. So we need to go back to the ground floor. Like I said, after a certain point, everything is trying to kill you, your friends in air quotes included. And unfortunately, there is no way to save Chiaki. She will fight you to the death no matter which ending you go for, including hers. So don't get attached to her. You're back. You know that special report at the beginning of the magazine? Well, it says some things that are a little disturbing. According to the report, there's a group of demon worshippers who call themselves the Gaia Cult. They're right here in Japan. Anyway, they believe in this book of prophecy called the Scripture of Miroku. In that book, it says that chaos will befall the world, and these people are actually trying to make that happen. The reporter was able to learn what was meant by chaos. Could be worldwide terrorism or some other tragedy, but no luck finding Miss Tako. I haven't checked the men's room. I don't think we needed to know that. We're in the middle of a conversation, so please save the details for later. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, read this part. The hospital on the east side of Shinjuku is closely linked to their plan. Let me guess, it ends with more to come in our next issue, right? You know, this could be the hospital that they're referring to. I've heard weird stories about this place. Things like they experiment on patients and how a psychic got scared and ran out of here. There was also one about the hospital being under the influence of some cult. Really? I haven't heard those things before. Maybe we shouldn't have come. I don't normally take this kind of magazine too seriously, but there's definitely something wrong with this hospital. I'm worried about Miss Tako. Hey, let's look around some more. If we don't find anything, then at least we'll know there's nothing bad here. Looks like you can access the annex from the second floor. I'll go take a look. Here you go. You can use this to search the basement. You obtain an ID card. Why don't you search the basement yourself? You're not scared, are you? Of course not. I'm sure she's not down there, that's why I'm having that go. All that needs to do is confirm that Miss Tako isn't in the basement. It's my duty to see her in person. If something does happen, that's just run like hell, alright? I can't believe him sometimes. But now I'm worried about Miss Tako. We should make sure she's okay. So you have to exit this place through the annex when the time comes. The basement is where we'll find Miss Tako, and we'll also meet Hijiri while we're down here. So you'll get to see how much of a bastard this guy is, and It's one of those things that kind of confuses me about his route, but you have to understand about the Mega 10 games, more often than not, they are actually encouraging you to go for the neutral routes. Generally, Heaven's routes are, they're a bunch of jerks, the Hell routes are that they're hellish. So you want to go neutral. The exception of that being Devil Survivor, Overclocked, where they actually have like the single best order ending in any single Mega 10 game. So I would like to be able to upload 3DS games someday, it's just... I really don't want to bother with getting a capture card for my 3DS at the moment. So right here you'll see a room that's perfectly standard in every hospital. I'm sure all of them have it, it's just state-of-the-art, nothing to be concerned about. We'll just move on. So right there is the room where Hijiri is. So when you go up to it, you'll hear eerie sounds coming from the room, and it'll ask you if you do want to go in or not. I choose no because I'm still looking around for items. One of the nice hindsight things about doing this after I record this is I already know. So this room, I believe, is where you can come for healing after the hospital collapses. You will wake up on that stretcher right there. And when you do so, that's when you have to start fighting for your life. As I said, the hospital is a little benign. I mean, there's still a lot of bad stuff here. It's just, like, it does get worse later on when you return to the hospital, by the way. But for the time being, it's a nice little training. So anyway, that is Hijiri there. And that's an Amala terminal, or I think that's what they're called, right in front of him. Well, what do we have here? Who dares to disrupt the stillness? How irritating. A well-known poet once said, April is the cruelest month. Why? Because it is then that one must wake up from a long sleep and face the barren world. Looking back on the past, it is evident that the history of mankind is comprised of meaningless events. The wordless overgrowth of a civilization blind to its sins. Continuous bloodshed and war, and thousands of years of repeating the same mistakes again and again. The world must start over from the beginning. The way to salvation was foretold in the scripture of Miroku, and today is the day that the prophecy shall be fulfilled. The old world will sink like a setting sun, and the new world will arise in its place. Who are you? From what I remember, you're not one of our followers who survived the purge at the park. An acquaintance of Miss Takao. Come to think of it, this was a hospital, wasn't it? I see, you came to visit her. However, even a pebble creates ripples when cast in water. I do feel pity for you, but your life ends here. So I believe that is Baphomet that he's summoning. He will have a different demon later. You'll have to fight it if you do not go for his route, however. Do not fear. All the inhabitants of this world will follow before long. Your time has come just a bit sooner, that's all. Face him or run away. Later, dude. What a futile attempt. One should face death honorably. Stop. What, can't you let one person go? It should have absolutely no effect on our plan. The insignificance of the gesture makes no difference. I will not allow any exceptions. If you don't save him, I'll stop cooperating with you. Such a troublesome maiden. Well, I'll leave the teaching to the teacher. Please leave this room. I would like to enjoy this blissful end in solitude. I'll be waiting on the roof. We'll have a good view of the city from there. Come, see it with your own eyes. Witness that which will change the world. And with that, we need to go up to the roof. So I need to make sure I'm going the right way. And pretty soon, once we lose our humanity, we can go into more detail about the systems. Someone is up ahead. What's wrong, my little master? Are you wondering about that person over there? I see. My. But we're busy at the moment. Let's come back later. The child and the old woman have disappeared. So we'll go into more detail about them shortly, since they will be making numerous appearances throughout the game. And they are going to bail us out when the crap hits the fan in a second. So we just have to wait till we hit the roof, and then... yeah. So we will get treated to a nice scene when all this is going down, but we do have a little bit of dialogue with Takao first. Hi, that. I'm glad I made it in time, back there in the basement. I wouldn't want you to fall prey to a demon. You heard what Hikawa said, right? The world is about to be engulfed by chaos. It's called the Conception, the rebirth of the world, an event which no human has ever witnessed. Everyone outside this hospital will perish. I doubt anyone would approve of such a terrible thing, but even if we let this old world continue to exist, it would eventually lose all of its power. The world must first die for it to be born again. And I alone will carry the burden of its sin. No, I don't have any regrets. You came here, led by fate, and it is your fate that you will live through the conception. It may actually be more painful than death. But I believe in you. That... please find me. No matter how the world changes, I'll be your strength. As the maiden, I'll take part in the creation of the new world. I'm sure that I'll be able to provide you with guidance. I know it's difficult for you to understand, but we're out of time. That, if you can find me on your own, I promise that I'll tell you everything. The answers to all of your questions, and what my true feelings are. Here's the scene, so I'll go quiet for this. Behold PS2 technology. So in case you're wondering, yes, everyone who was outside of the hospital is now dead. The only survivors of humanity are the people who were inside. You, who is about to enter my world, show me your heart. This, I believe, is Kagasuchi, who... we'll go into more detail about him in a different video. You have nothing in your heart, not even a hint of reason. For the one who will shape the world, this cannot be. Go, and discover yourself. So, unfortunately for those in the hospital, it was not all sunshine and rainbows you're about to see. is my honor to tell you that my little master has shown an interest in you. Poor human, he wants to give you a special gift. It is vital that you receive this gift. Please do not move. It will only hurt for an instant. This will make you a demon. And behold, we are now Hitoshira, the demi-fiend. The essence of demonic power. You have now joined the ranks of demons. My little master is always watching you, so don't bore him. You obtain the Magatama Maro I don't know how it's actually pronounced. So you can open the menu hitting the square button and you can mess with all the settings and stuff. So I will go over how everything works. So first up we have the items. I have no consumables to use. In terms of special items, these are like the key items to progress the game. Gems are used for bartering. In terms of skills, I literally have nothing. In terms of Magatama, these are how you get the skills. So we have Marogure, or whoever, first. Bottom left corner tells you what stats are enhanced by equipping this, and then the text on the right hand side tells you what you get. So if you look 8 columns, 3 rows, that means there's a grand total of 24, right? There's no room for like a hidden 25th one or anything. That's just you being paranoid. So this imparts physical attack skills and it has normal resistance, so no strengths, no weaknesses. So the bottom left corner is those 8 blue boxes. Those are your skills, active and passive. You can see I have nothing. To the right of that are the moves that you will learn from the Magatama if you level up while holding it. But you only get these moves if the Magatama is shaking violently on the previous screen. So you can see right here it's moving a little bit, telling you that there's something to learn, but it's not shaking violently, so we have to actually get 2 levels before we get lunge. Anyway, above the blue boxes is normal resistance. That tells you I have no strengths, no weaknesses. Unfortunately, the text here is nowhere near as refined as future Mega 10 games, so you kind of have to just read that. Above that are my stats. I have base 2 across all stats, and then the Magatamas give me 2 extra in strength and vitality, and then 1 in magic, agility, and luck. Above that is my HP, 30 out of 30, MP is 12 out of 12. I have no skills that actually use MP, so I can't really do anything with that. Above that, level 1, to the right of that is EXP to level up, which is 6. Above the level is my class. I am a Fiend. So if you're familiar with Mega 10, then you'll know that there's some significance to the classes, and in this game, the Fiends are basically the be-all, end-all. There are a grand total of 10 of them, counting you. And you can fight the other 9 as you go through the game. Dante is considered one of the Fiends, in case you're wondering, which is our basis for fighting him. You have to fight him twice, I believe, in order to actually recruit him. Only once is required in the main game. And some of them are required to progress. Your class can change depending on what Magatama you master. As for what effect it actually has, I believe it's only really like cosmetic. There may be a little bit of extra something when it comes to negotiating with demons, perhaps. Like there are certain light names and dark names that make it easier to bargain with devils or angels or something. What are you staring at me for? Am I that peculiar? Have you been living all your demon life in a cave? So really, I don't really care to pay attention to my class at all. It is what it is. You can hear something from inside the room. So remember that symbol. That means save point. It's our buddy Hijiri. He made it to the hospital in time. Who's there? minute. Aren't you the kid I met at the park? What happened to you? I'm stronger now. You're not joking, are you? So, what the hell is going on? All of a sudden I was blinded by a bright light, and the next thing I knew I was here in this room. I took a quick look around, and it looks like I'm in a hospital. Since you're here too, does that mean this is Shinjuku Medical Center? Anyways, as much as I want to know what's going on out there, I don't think it's safe for me to walk around. By the way, have you come across any yet? Any what? Well, they're definitely not human. My guess is that they're demons. My strange experience, your new look, and those weird creatures. I don't think the police will be able to help us here. Damn. I might have to seriously consider the possibility. It's hard to believe, but if this is Shinjuku Medical Center, then I can't just rule it out. The conception could have occurred for real. I've seen this barrel-like object somewhere before. If my memory serves me right, it belongs to a man named Hikawa. He must have something to do with all of this. Staying here talking won't get us anywhere. If you're strong enough to fight those demons, then will you gather information for me? I tried talking to what looked like a ghost, but I didn't have much luck. What's happened to the world? Are there other humans out there? We can only learn the answers to these questions by finding somebody else. I wish I could do it myself, but I don't think I'd last very long against those demons. Besides, I'd like to spend some time studying this object. I'm counting on you. So right here we will drop our first save. You can talk to Hijiri, yada yada yada. So, in order to actually understand how he connects to Megaten 2, you actually have to do the Labyrinth of Amala side quest. I wonder how deep in it you have to go before Lucifer will tell you his story. But that's when you learn that this is who he is. I'll leave it at that until we actually get there. So right there he's asking us to leave the hospital, yada yada yada. But as for who all survived in terms of humans, we are no longer humans, so I'm not considering us in the list. But you have Hijiri, Yuko Takao, Hikawa, I don't know what his first name was. Here's the healing room, so talk to the doctor for free healing. I think he goes away when you come back to the hospital, or maybe after you leave for the first time he goes away. But talk to him for free healing. This, like, later on in the game you have to pay to use the healing fountain, so make the most of this while you can. So anyway, we said Hijiri, Takao, you have Hikawa, you have Chiaki, you have Isamu, and I think those are the only 5. But the thing is, there is now a successor race to humans running around on the surface called the Mannequins. We'll be going into more detail about them, and you can actually learn more about them when you play around in the labyrinth. Who are you? Yet another demon after Magasuhi? So in case you're wondering, the whole labyrinth, it's a pain to navigate, but you're rewarded for doing so. You can feel an extraordinary power from beyond the door. Will you open it? Yes, we will. So right here we're transported to an area that's optional if you want to come here later on in the game. You find yourself in a strange place. So I'm not going to spoil what exactly this is. It's kind of your reward for getting so far in and such. A voice echoes in your head. Come, show me the strength of a demon. The old man and the woman disappear. So you're safe to move around here. The compass is not flashing. It will change colors based on how much danger you're in. This is a cash cube, basically the treasure chest of the game. It gives us 2 medicines. I'm not 100% sure, but I think a medicine is a 50 hit point heal. So it's kind of good early game, kind of worthless late. And there are percentage heal items. We'll be getting some of those in a little while. So anyway, with the compass, it'll change colors depending on how much danger you're in. Red means that there's a fight imminent. Since these are scripted fights, you actually don't get any sort of warning. But here we have the will-o-wisps of the Haunt race. I want to eat. Eat. Now, the only thing I can do is punch. So I can attack or pass. Top right corner is how many turns you have. You'll see like this blue question mark, dragon, something symbol. That means I have one turn. You can pass to reduce the turn to a flash turn, but we'll talk about that later on when we deal with Fornius. We might have a little time now. So if you land a crit or you attack an enemy's weakness, the turn becomes a flash turn and gets passed to the next person in sequence, and you can really do a number on someone if you really stick it to their weaknesses. And in order to clear this game, you really do need to do that. So you'll see right here, pass, skip turn at half the cost, talk, ask a demon to join your side. You have to negotiate this game like the old Persona games and Mega 10 in general. I think Persona 5 also has negotiation, but like I said, I'm not 100% sure. This is kind of tricky to use though, because there are certain demons who simply will not talk to you unless you have the proper skill, and they behave radically at full Kakasushi. So we have the item list and the retreat option. Oh, it's a follow-up. So anyway, we just punched him. Magasuhi. So luckily, these things being the weakest of the weak seriously can't hurt me, but I can kill them with 2 shots each. So Death touches a spell, and 2 does only 1 damage. I don't remember how easy it is to get a foul, well, Will-O-Wisp in particular. I do get one in this video due to just a random event, and I'll talk about that. Like, I show the random battles in this video because each one I try to focus a different aspect of combat in. So negotiation, skills, and so on, even summoning. So we level up, we get to put a point in one of our stats. I put it in Vitality because it's very easy to get messed up here. So if you don't want it, you can always undo it. You get 1 point per level up, and there are certain circumstances that can give you additional points for free. You also have the incenses that you can use. So Marugare is starting to react violently. You have the option to let this progress or stifle it. If you let it progress, something good can happen, some of them can have something bad happen, and there's fixed things that can occur based on what Magatama is. So certain ones are high risk, some are high reward, some are medium, and some are just utter crap. As for this one, since it's your initial one and you have to use it, I believe it's mostly on the benign side. So right here we're going to let it continue, but for the dangerous ones you can always choose to suppress it. So right there we get a full heal. So it's just a little something, and that's only us. Should we have demons in the party with us, they just get the shaft, I'm afraid. By my master's orders, I'll treat your wounds. Dr. Dark healed your party. So you can see overall it wasn't really worth that much in the grand scheme of things, but it's something to see. So right here we have the actual haunt, the Preta. Right there I crit it, so I get a flash turn. That's why that turn is flickering in the top right corner. I get to act again. Since I'm the only one here, I get all the turns. So we hit it again, then it gets a turn. It does 6 damage to me. It would deal, I think, 8 if I didn't have the point Vitality. Vitality is your defensive stat. So we get 90 XP, 27 Maka. Maka being the currency of the underworld, if you're not familiar with how Mega 10 games work. So one thing I forgot to talk about while we had the Magatama screen open is that this is the first game where the protagonist is really something other than kind of like a Pokemon trainer. In prior Mega 10 games, you were there, you summon demons, you manage them, you could swing your sword, you could fire your gun, but that's kind of it. Here you actually get to learn demon magic, physical attacks, and so on, and you're a threat in your own right. A voice echoes in your head. This way. So ignore the voice in your head right now. The old man and the woman disappeared. You want to go to the right, because there's loot to be had. Granted, it is guarded, so there is that. But if you can deal with the G-Ray, it's a Kodama specifically, not too bad. And for course, focus the Kodama down first, because that's the dangerous enemy here. The Will-O-Wisp is... So I crit it, I get a flash turn, which I use to punch the haunt. Or not the haunt, the fall. And I follow it up with a punch. So generally, unless it's the fiends, I kind of refer to creatures by their race rather than their actual class. Yes, I know how racist of me. So anyway, we have a cash cube here, which gives us a Miragi Rock. So if you're not familiar with how Mega 10 spells work, prefixes tell you how they aim. Ma means all. And then the last part, well, the Agi is actually the middle part. There is no suffix to that spell. Agi is fire, so you do a fire spell on all enemies. There can be something after it, a syllable, like Agilao or Agidine. Those actually tell you the severity of the spell. So right there is our first encounter with magic, the spell Zon, which is basically Garu from Persona. So generally in Persona they call that wind element, but classically in Mega 10 games that was called force, and this game is no exception. So you have Zon, Zanma, Zondyne, and so on, just like you used to have Garu, Garula, and Garudine. So we level up. I put this point into strength because unlike a lot of other Mega 10 games, physical power is the be-all end-all in this game. You want to be able to punch stuff and you want to punch it hard. So the warm light engulfs the area and we are fully recovered again. So it may not seem like much, but believe me, on harder difficulties that really does help. So if you see this thing is shaking a little bit, I'd say that's actually reacting violently, so when we level up we should get analyzed, I think. So right here I'm pushing the triangle button trying to open the map. You can see lunge right here. Since it's a physical move, it costs HP to use. Type physical, light damage, 1 enemy. I don't know what the accuracy on this is, but I rarely use it. It's also not going to help that our first fiend is Matador, and he's all about agility, so lunge is so difficult to land on him. A voice echoes in your head. So you made it. Your strength is outstanding. We shall meet again soon. So if you go down that platform, when you actually get here legitimately, you have to fight a very nasty light element boss. In case you're wondering, yes, I will show it. I'm going to tackle all the optional bosses in this playthrough. All the fiends, everything in the labyrinth, and so on. I sure as hell am not looking forward to the hell run through Beelzebub's Hall of... Like, I don't even know what to call his little torture area. Like, it's one of the nastiest areas in any RPG I've ever played. The exit is just as you perceive it. Were you trying to leave the hospital? Yes. Then how about next door? This is the main building, but there's an annex. Maybe you can use that entrance. So if you remember earlier I told you we'd be leaving through that door because this one has kinda collapsed. What? Chiaki? Isamu, you say? I don't know anyone by that name. Where could they be? So right here I kind of want to raid the rooms to see if there's any loot to be had. This one, I don't know if that's supposed to be barred off or what, but we cannot enter. So right now the hospital is relatively safe. That will change when we get to the annex. You can see loot here, which gives us medicine, which I'll probably barter away to a demon. I saw a human at the annex. He's probably dead by now. Eaten by a demon or something weird like that. So as I was saying, the hospital is safe now, but when you come back here, there is going to be an optional boss in case you're wondering, which is why we come back. There will be some nastier stuff to be found. You know that security system at the passageway ahead? You need an annex gate pass to get through. Good to know. So no loot to be had here. So the compass is flickering blue, if you notice. That means you are completely safe. As it flicks yellow, green, Magasuhi, the door is locked from the other side. But as it changes colors, that tells you you're in more and more danger until you hit red. There's some demons called Pretas making a fuss about wanting Magasuhi. Magasuhi is the source of demonic powers, I think. I don't know much about it. So unfortunately, you cannot get them to open the door on your own. You're going to need help in order to convince them to open that. So who would be willing to help us? If only there was someone here trapped we could make a deal with. If only. Hey, you! What are you doing here? I've never seen a demon like you before. Are you looking for something too? Yes. Hey, about that thing you're looking for. I'll help you if you want. I was looking for something too. A demon who can help take me to Yoyogi Park. You look kind of flabby and weak, but I'll let that slide. What do you say? Should we join up? Alright then, let's get out of here. If we have the pass thingy, we can get through that door to the annex. I saw some Praetus carrying it. I'm Pixie the Fairy. I'm sure we'll be the best of friends. So Pixie has joined the party. So one of the ways Demons works here, I believe, is actually exclusive to this game. I have not played Megaten 4 to see if Demons can evolve in that one too, but they can here, and Pixie will evolve if given the chance. So she's in the party on the top right corner. Right there is the stock, that's the limit of how many demons we can keep, and then the last option, part with, is what it sounds like. Basically, you're kicking them to the curb, permanently. So Pixie starts with Dia, moderate HP heal, 3 MP, and she also has Zeo for light electric damage, also 3 MP. Her pool is 24 MP, so she can cast these spells 8 times before she's out. And in case you're wondering, Fornius, the first boss that we'll be tackling in a little while, he is weak to electric, so Pixie is designed to really bail you out. So now that we have Pixie, we can get her to ask the Praetus to open the door. Magasuhi. Ew, those gunky Praetus are inside. Here, let me talk in their nappy native language. Pixie changed the tone of her voice. Me have Magasuhi. Brought lots. Ga? Magasuhi? Meat, meat. The door is now unlocked. Alright, they fell for it. You ready? Yes. Magasuhi? We don't have a Magasuhi to give to the likes of you. If you don't want to get hurt, give us the pass thingy. Magasuhi. So here's your tutorial into how to punish enemy weaknesses. You want to eat. So Pixie takes 3 damage. As for me, I take 2, because I'm that cool. Feral Claw, on the other hand, crit me. And you can see they got an extra turn. So you get 1 turn for every participant in battle. We're going to use Zeo here. And now he's paralyzed, so I can hit him for a guaranteed crit. Down he goes. Now you cannot get extra turns from flash turns, those are the smallest denominator possible. And if you dodge, then you get to take away 2 of their turns. However, the same applies to you, which is why Matador is so dangerous. So with Zeo, we get a flash turn. It is not paralyzed, but I can still punch it and kill it. We get a medicine for our trouble, no level up for it. You obtain an escape pass. So that was your introduction to turns. You lose extra turns, or you can deny the enemy extra turns by dodging, blocking, absorbing, reflecting, or so on. You can get stronger if you talk to other demons and get them down to your side. We got the pass thingy, so let's head over to Yoyogi Park. So in case you're wondering, I will be recruiting all the demons I can here. I wasn't really intending to get the Will-O-Wisp, but I actually do. The one I'm looking for is the Kodama, the Jirei Kodama, and the Brute Shikigami. So if you notice, the compass is now flashing orange. That means intermediate danger. So I'm likely to get into a fight if I move forward. And then when it changes to red... Wait for it. Right there. That means imminent danger. So the game has random battles. You can just run around in circles until you get what you're looking for. And behold, the foul Will-O-Wisp. And he's dead. So not enough to level up, but it's a little bit extra back up. And then once you get into a fight, it resets the counter, so if you notice we're back to like a yellowish green. That's the lowest threat level. It doesn't change if you stand still. There's a demon way stronger than you up ahead in the annex. You'll probably die. Nice knowing you. So you have the option to do like a boss rush thing of sorts later on, and I believe it's possible to hit Fornius there. But if you look around, he's that stingray thing floating around. You may be familiar with him since he's in Persona, but this may be the first time for some of you. That's Fornius. As long as he's here, it's not going to be easy to get out of this hospital. But he's weak to lightning, Zeo in particular. So if you can get the Brute Shikigami who also has Zeo, In case you're wondering about the Jirei Kodama, that one has Zan and Dia, so it will help support you, and you can use Pixie offensively since that one will basically be your support. So right here we have the Will-O-Wisp, so punch him, kill that one. We missed. Use Death Touch. But really did anything to Pixie. And down he goes. So the important thing about this one is just that I'm going to level up. I also get a medicine, which is no big whoop. And here I'm a little torn on if I want to put this into agility or strength. I recommend strength early on, you get more agility later. So we learn Analyze, Margaret is acting violently, Power courses through the body, gives me an extra point of strength. So basically that's like a free level up, except I don't get the HP and MP that come with it. But still I hit a lot harder. I can see it. I can see you suffering in your battle against demons. But this future is only one of many possibilities. The future is not written in stone. I shall help you. What future do you desire? A bright future or a dark future? So if you want a bright future, know your enemies. Use attacks that they are weak against. If you do, a bright future full of attacking shall await you. It is not easy to learn your enemy's weaknesses. Only through battles shall you gain knowledge. I shall help you. What future do you desire? If you wish for a dark future, continue to use useless attacks, and your attack shall be nullified, reflected, or absorbed. If you do all this, a dark future full of defending shall await you. I shall help you. What do you want? Maybe later. So that's just a little bit of advice for you. But it's out of the way, so we can start moving forward again. So we do need to get to the hospital basement to actually progress. There are also some loot items to get while I'm there. There are no Kagasuchi chests. In case you notice that thing in the top left corner, that is Kagasuchi. If you're not trying to defeat Fornius, are you? Yes, I am. Even if you're strong, you won't be able to beat him alone. Don't just beat all the demons. Try talking to them and get them to join you. So Kagasuchi is important for certain treasure chests, but it's also important to note that during full Kagasuchi, demons behave erratically. I will show you that in this video. Fornius is strong and mean. I heard adults say demons are outside too. I want my mama. One day she'll come for me. You see a cash cube. 3 life stones. I believe that's a 30% HP heal. It's something. So anyway, during Kagasuchi, the demons are erratic. So the Will-O-Wisp got the memo. You, lifestone, have spare? Sure, buddy. Will-O-Wisp is happy. He edged up to you. Wants to join your party. So why not? We work together. Nice. Will-O-Wisps have joined the party. So we have one more demon to absorb a little bit of punishment for us. Since we didn't kill, we didn't get any EXP or Maka. But we have a new friend, and friendship is what counts, right? Especially since in this game, friendship is so few and far between. Do you have time to spare? I saw a human sneak past Fornius just a while ago. That should be Samu, he's the sneak of the group. So if you notice, I don't have my Will-O-Wisp. Where can it be? So even if you forget to equip it for some reason, you can summon in the middle of the combat. So go over to the summon tab, and boom, we have Will-O-Wisp. So we don't get the turn until the turn that he adds until the start of our next one. So if you notice we had 2, this turn we have 3. And that Will-O-Wisp is the fastest guy on my team, believe it or not. He's level 1. So he will level up quickly, but you only really want him for certain racial fusions. So here we are down in the basement. You can see the compass is at orange. Demons stick together, so defeat the demons in the way first. They disrupt conversations, telling you to isolate the people, otherwise you get interrupted. There's a trick to negotiating with demons. So there are certain skills that make it easier and don't do it during full Kagasuchi. There are some races of demons that rarely join through negotiation. You either have to fuse those or you need the special negotiation skill in order to actually get them to join. So in case you're wondering, I think it might be the haunts that will not join you unless you have Jive Talk or something like that. So here we have a fight. There's the brute Shikigami. So I hit him for next to nothing. And right there I was trying to see if Pixie could negotiate, but she does not have seduce. So with that one out of the way, let's talk. So this is how you get Demas to join you. He's wary. He wants 40 Maka. Sure, buddy. Not enough. Hand over 1 medicine. Yeah, those aren't too helpful. Shikigami is satisfied. He will travel with us. And he has joined the party. So now if you don't want to waste the turn summoning in battle, we did kill one, by the way, so you'll get to see the level-up screen for Will-O-Wisp. Puts a point in Vitality, so it becomes tankier. He learns Zon, so he now knows Magic. So if you do not wish to summon these in battle, you can just go to the Party tab, choose Summon right there, and Shikigami is now our 4th man. If you go south from the hospital, you'll run into Yoyogi Park in Shibuya. I hear that Shibuya is a fun place with stores and a club and all. Darn, if only Fornius wasn't here. Hope we didn't hear that. So right here I want to get the loot. As a result, I need to explore a bit. So here we have a cash cube. Just so happen to contain chakra drops. So if you don't know what those are, because I don't think those appear in very many Mega 10 games, those are your MP restore items. And I should mention real quick, if you want to pick up Devil Survivor, because this interests you, just be aware there are no items in that game. So I don't really care to read what this guy says. Just be aware that the different series play significantly differently. It wasn't always that way, but it did. So here we have the Jirei Kodama, but the Kagasuchi is full. So right here I want to kill the one, and let's talk. Twinkle twinkle, Kagasuchi. It's no use. So yeah, we're going to have to wait until the next set appears, and then we'll talk. So in the meantime, we will have our Shikigami and Will-O-Wisp butcher them. Pixie levels up. So right there she learns to do, she can now negotiate for us. And when she starts flickering, that tells you she is close to evolving. She can evolve twice, in case you're wondering. From Pixie into High Pixie, and then I think it's High Pixie into Queen Mob. So we have a cash cube out here, containing a Mazio rock, so Zio for all enemies. Here we have a Ma Bufu rock. Bufu is cold, ice, whatever we're going to think of it as, but for all enemies. For the third cash cube, it had 300 Maka. So right here, I couldn't remember if there was a Kagasuchi chest out here. I don't see it, so I imagine it was just my imagination. But in case you're wondering, the Kagasuchi chests are very important on New Game Plus because you can get items early that you can sell to access the really strong guys in your compendium. So anyway, now that I got those items, I'm actually going to move forward. So right here I want to unlock the door so that I can use the shortcut in the future if need be, but we have a fight first. And there is our Jirei Kodama. So I hit him, and then I can beseech. You want to play? Give me 30 Maka. Sure. It's not enough. I want a medicine. So he needed to heal after that hit, then he got to the Will-O-Wisp. And we now have the Jirei Kodama in the party. And as I said, he can serve a support role in case you need to use Pixie offensively. And if you ever run into an enemy weak to Zon, then you can have Pixie support while Kodama hammers. So right there you can see connection. This makes it easier for you to recruit Jirei. He has Beseech. This is just ordinary, I guess. Pixie has Seduce. And I have Talk by default. So the door is locked, but it's locked from this side, so we can unlock it to create a shortcut. This will allow us to reach the save room, as well as that one doctor who's willing to heal us. So that symbol right there in the middle of the screen, the cylinder, that's the save room. The green cross is the healing room. So in normal places it'll be a fountain, but this place is a little different. So sadly there is really nothing to be gained from this Greta, so we won't have extreme prejudice, because that's how we roll. Back to the bone. So stop in for some healing. And you can grind here a little bit, it's just the reward isn't really worth the time, I have to say. But that's up to you to decide. So we're gonna drop another save. So in case you're wondering about missable content in this game, the only stuff you can miss, I believe, are the contents inside of the Kagasuchi chests. You want to open them during full Kagasuchi to get the best reward. You can get incense or beads or something along those lines. And if you open them at any other time, then you just get the shaft. So you can see the next move is Ribarama. I don't know what that is. We have Tarunda, Dia, and I think Pixie was Secunda or something like that. So we'll talk about those spells when we get to them. Just be aware that Pixie is learning Secunda because you kind of do need that for the Matador. Matador was added to this game. He was not in the original version, but he was in the any sort of re-releases in Japan. And I can seriously not stress enough, he is the wake-up call. A lot of players have difficulty with him, and a lot of them rage quit afterwards. So from this cash cube, we got the Bead. If you're not familiar with Mega 10 items, beads are a full heal. So it's basically like an X potion from Final Fantasy. I can't remember what gel it is that's a full heal and tails. But anyway, right here we have a pair of Brute Shikigami. This one wants to talk. I've been thinking, an individual may struggle to no avail. What do you think? That's right. Shikigami is content. To show my appreciation, I give you this. He gave us medicine, and then he left. So we get a little reward for that, but nothing particularly special. Oh, it's Rakunda she has, not Secunda. Rakunda is defense down. And like I said, I have no idea what Ribarama is, if that's silence or sleep or something. I want to say it's a status spell because I don't really like to use those. Tarunda, attack down, and then Dia for our Jirai Kodama. So with all that out of the way, we can go say hi to Fornius. So right there is the final save room before the boss. What? You're going to defeat Fornius? Yes. Yeah, right. I'll give you all my money if you can do that. So remember him, folks. We will be hitting him up for that. So if you notice this says healing room, basically this is the place to top you off before you have to deal with your first boss of the game. And like most first bosses in Mega 10, it's not really that hard. It's more of a thing to try to grill you on how well you understand the combat system and stuff. So here we have a small cylinder. This one does not allow you to teleport like the big ones do. This is basically your lesser save point that you'll run into in various dungeons and stuff. So I believe you... Actually, I'm not entirely sure. I'll just stay quiet on that. You sense strong power from beyond the door. Will you enter? Sure, why not? What's the worst that could happen? Hey, punk. I've never seen you around, and I don't like your face. You're trying to get by without paying respect to me, the almighty Fornius? You want to die, don't you? I screwed up and let another human escape a while ago, but not this time. I have a habit of butchering anyone who disrespects me. I cut him up with these fins. Time to die. So my first order of business, trying to find out what he's weak to if I didn't already know. I can tell you it's Zio. It's just I'm trying to do this for you guys. It's right there, weakness. It also paralyzed him, so I hit him for a guaranteed crit. You can see I now have 2 flash turns. The Zio will give me a 3rd one, and as I attack from here, those flash turns are just going to go away. So be aware. But still, this was a massive first turn. Out comes Bufu. By the way, if you're not familiar with how Mega Ten games work, if anything happens to me, the protagonist, it's game over. Just so you know. So right there, that only took the half turn. Then we can hit him with Zio. We still drive home the weakness, but you also get an extra turn to get a little more chip damage. And the whole thing is basically rinse and repeat. That's how the early bosses are, because you just have a lack of resources and stuff. What do you think you're doing, punk? So comes Mabufu. When he is close to dying, he will change his posture, and that tells you. Now, I think Zahn deals a little bit more than his attack, but it may not actually be like a significant amount. So another weakness hit. And if you look at his posture, hey, just give up already. This tells you he's close to dying. There's the Icy Death spell, really annoying. Very good for grinding, though. At a certain point. So anyway, the ball is back in our court, so we need to start smacking him around. And that's the first boss, folks. So nothing particularly hard, but like I said, this is more of a tutorial thing. Hey, learn how to play the game before you actually go out in the world where everything's trying to kill you. So we got 2,000 Mecha, 150 EXP, a turquoise, which is a gem you can barter. I think you can use those to get the Mitamas, if I remember correctly. So I leveled up. I decided to put this into... I don't know where I put this one. So she learned Rakunda. She wants to talk, we'll listen. And for her trouble, she gave me a bead. So yes, a very strong item. So right there are the flashes that tells you she's an evolving type. There are a few demons in this game that do that. She's just the first one. And when they transform, they get free levels. Like Pixie will go from like level 7 to level 11. And of course they get stats and stuff. So right there we now have Dia, which we ended up needing, and we got the Magatama Wadasume. So if I equip that, I go from normal resistance and some physical stats. I get life bonus next, but it's not reacting violently. Or I can put this one that makes me null ice, but weak to electric. I'll get Ice Breath once we reach a certain point, and like I said, that helps with grinding because it's an AoE type move. So this gives 3 magic and so on, no points in strength. You do not get any sort of incentive for punching while you have that equipped. So right there we got the Revival Bead, which does what it sounds. Then we also got 2 more medicines. So if you remember what I said earlier, there's a promise we need to go collect on. You really beat him. Dang, a promise is a promise. Take it. You obtained 850 Maga. Damn it. I need to escape from poverty first before I can escape from here. So with that, we're done here. I'm going to go save, and we'll pick up here next time, actually leaving the hospital and going on to Yoyogi Park, and I'll give you more details then and there. So, that's kind of it for now, folks. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.